Witnessing authority was vital to my growth. As far as becoming what I was predestined to become, I had to first experience someone who had became. This figure of a representation of my purpose couldn't compromise walking in courage. Courage to withstand doubt, to have authority to witness life struggles without losing sight of the cross. Those situations would cross the line to close to unbearable hurt, that yet and still, faith will not be lost. This person had to relate to me in every aspect of manhood, so that hope would be found when my eyes were blinded by the shadows of doubt, that the deep darkness of even my self-inflicted wound would find the light so my faith endurance wouldn't be consumed. I needed a role model of a man who was strong, not weak that one situation would make him break, but because of that situation his tongue would pray prayers that would make the heavens shake. I needed a real man, a man that cherished his relationship with God, not caring of anyone's perspective, but pursuing a life of faith that was effective. A man of an uncompromising will to neglect his will to pursue God's will. A man that would do his best to represent Christ's love for me, to show mercy when my actions deserve punishment, and to sacrifice when having to endure shame and embarrassment. I needed a man to pave the way to my destiny, to declare, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. That would teach me God's word, that is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. What I needed was my dad. So basically, while I believe that God allowed me to write this spoken word was in Ephesians 6:1-4, it says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with the promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou may live long on the earth. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." So today, I want to give thanks to God for giving me such a man of God, and to honor my dad, because Father's Day is right around the corner, so I want to honor my dad for being a man of God. And then it's crazy because we have some fathers that are bringing up their children to be players. I know some fathers that are even smoking weed with their sons. They're drinking with their sons. But it's kind of funny because when my dad trained me up, is to lead somebody to Christ. I see my dad lead atheists to Christ. I see my dad lead all these people to Christ. And he taught me how to be a soul winner for Christ. So I want to thank him for that. Now I also want to encourage other men to stand up and be a man of God. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about how the world is bringing up their children. We need men of God to step up. There's so many, this generation is so lost. We need true men of God who will walk in courage and authority, who won't care what anybody got to say without them, that will walk with boldness. So I just want to encourage y'all today. I pray that it bless you. I pray that you heard something. So that's basically what I got to say. And if you guys will allow me to do this, Dad, I want to come, if you could come up real quick. As I always do privately, I just want to say I love you. I appreciate you, and I thank God for you. Thank you for you obeying God's word. The impact of you obeying God's word, now I have a relationship with God. Now I can teach my son how to be a man of God. Now I can teach my daughter how to be a woman of God. Now I could raise up a generation, preserve a generation. So I thank you for the man of God that you are. Thank you for obeying God's word. I'm not glorifying my dad, but I just thank God for the man of God that he is. And I just encourage y'all, not only am I thanking my dad, thanking God, but I just encourage y'all to step up and be the man of God. Whether you're a stepfather, a godfather, a father-to-be, or just a role model, somebody's looking up to you. You have an effect, you have an impact in somebody's life. No matter how old you are, no matter what race you are, you have an impact in somebody's life. So somebody's looking at you. So again, I want to thank you, Dad. I love you.
Don't ever let go of God's hand, Joseph.
don't even have any food. Just when the world is special.